Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to today's meeting of the Public Facilities Department Commission. I'm Catherine Craven, the chair, and with me is
Larry Mamoli.
Thank you. Turn it over to TT.
Thank you. Good morning, commissioners. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. Before we get started, I've asked Colleen Daly, the PFC secretary, to take a roll call of the meeting participants. Colleen, if you would please conduct the roll call.
Thank you, TT. Participants, please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name. Beginning roll call with the commission. Catherine Craven, chair.
Present.
Larry Mamoli, commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, legal advisor.
Present.
Catherine Pendleton, article clerk.
Present.
Next with D&D, Rick Wilson, deputy director for administration and finance.
Present.
John Feuerbach, senior development officer, NHD.
Present.
Liz Lanus, project manager, real estate and sales division.
Present.
Julio Pillier, development officer, NHD.
Present.
And I will read for the record the remainder of the individuals who are in attendance but will not be presenting in today's meeting. Attendees do not need to unmute their device when their name is called. James McDonough, senior staff attorney. Jessica Boatwright, deputy director, NHD. Donald Wright, deputy director. And I think Tim Davis, deputy director, policy development and research. And I think that concludes the roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. The first order of business before you this morning concerns draft meeting minutes for the Public Facilities Department and Department of Neighborhood Development from the prior meetings, which took place on October 20th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve these meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
Good. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. The meeting minutes for October 20th for PFD and D&D are hereby approved. Beginning this morning, we have Rick Wilson, Deputy Director for Administration and Finance for D&D. D&D has 6 votes on the agenda for today. Vote number 1 is being presented by John Feuerbach, Senior Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. Vote 1 is a request for amendment to the vote of January 13, 2021 to extend the tentative designation intent to sell period from 36 to 48 months to a nominee comprised of principals of Caribbean Integration Community Development Incorporated and Planning Office for Urban Affairs Incorporated. This is for vacant land located at 150 River Street, Mattapan. John, if you would please present vote number 1, please.
Good morning, commissioners, and thank you. I'm actually here in place of Ann Conway, D&D Development Officer. I'm here requesting PFC approval of a 12-month extension of the tentative developer designation to Caribbean Integration Community Development, Inc., and I'll refer to it as CICD, and the Planning Office for Urban Affairs, also known as POA, P-O-U-A, for the parcels identified in Vote 1 in the Mattapan section of Boston. As background, D&D issued the request for proposal on February 26, 2018, and this was after a pretty lengthy community process, which resulted in a community meeting held in early February of 2018. D&D advertised the RFP in the State Central Register, the City Record, and the Boston Herald per Chapter 30B requirements. 3 applications were received. We held a community meeting on June 13th to review eligible applicants. Based on D&D's recommendation, PFD approved the tentative developer designation of CICD and POUA on December 12th, 2018. And at this time, we're requesting a 12-month extension of the developer designation to allow additional time for the development team to apply to the Commonwealth's Department of Housing and Community Development funding round. The development, as a background, the development has applied one time and did not receive funding. They've applied again for funds this year, and we believe they're in a much stronger position, so I think they're favorable. It looks favorable. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I've also provided 3 handouts related to the vote request that are displayed on the screen. The first one here is a site map showing the site. And then the second is existing site conditions. And the third is a rendering of the project, 150 River Street. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will allow the project to continue and result in the following public benefits. Will be the creation of 30 senior affordable rental units, and it will result in the disposition of 1 city parcel that has been in the city's inventory since 2008. It will also result in property maintenance savings of approximately $1,500 and increased tax revenue. And since, just as background is, since the PFC's developer designation, the development team has accomplished the following. The development was awarded HUD 202 funding. They applied in the past and they were rejected, but this past year they received the funding, so that's a tremendous achievement, and it really positions the development well. They've also received Article 80 approval from the Boston Planning and Development Agency, and then they also received funding from D&D through our funding round. CICD and POUA have improved the building design in response to D&D and community design comments. And then, as I mentioned a moment ago, the development team has reapplied for DHCD funding. I'm here to answer questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
Just one question. If they don't receive any state funding in the next 12 months, do they have a alternative funding plan in place?
Commissioner, it is structured as a tax credit project. It's not unusual for multiple rejections at DHCD. We're optimistic that this will be looked at favorably given the recent 202 funding. If for some reason they don't receive funding, they would just have to work with D&D, renew our funds, and then they would reapply.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Any
Motion to approve?
seconded? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is being presented by Nerlise Jenis, Project Manager with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of D&D. Vote 2 is a request for conveyance to Jao P. De Silva for vacant land located at unnumbered parcel on Clifton Street in Roxbury. The purchase price is recommended at $5,000. Nerlise, if you would please present vote number 2, please.
Thank you, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. I am here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance to Jao De Silva for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. D&D conducted a public process that resulted in the developer designation and this following conveyance vote request. To refresh the Commission's memory, community notification was mailed in March of 2020 and June of 2021 to inform of D&D's intent to issue an RFP for the parcel. A request for proposal was issued in June of 2021, and 1 proposal was received in response to the RFP in July of 2021 and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. PFC approved tentative developer designation to Jao P. De Silva on September 15, 2021. The designation was advertised in the record on October 18th and October 25th of 2021. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the parcel and the PFC vote request. I have also provided handouts related to the vote request, which is displayed on the screen. And the slide demonstrates the site map and the outline of the actual parcel itself. Mr. De Silva proposed to continue to use the space as additional yard space. In summary, if PFC approves this vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. It will return a vacant parcel in D&D's inventory for 80 years back to productive use and tax rolls. And the sale will generate $5,000 in initial revenues from the sale. I'm here to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions, Commissioner Maroli?
No questions. It's great to get rid of it. We are no longer liable for snow plowing on the sidewalk.
Excellent. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Votes approved.
Thank you. Vote number 2 is hereby approved. Vote number 3 is also being presented by John Feuerbeck. This is a request for tentative developer designation intent to sell to a nominee comprised of principals of T. Lee Development LLC and Co Everything LLC for 3 vacant land parcels comprising of an unnumbered parcel on Standish Street and 18 to 24 Standish Street and 114 to 122 Harvard Street in Dorchester. The purchase price is suggested at $300. John, if you please present vote number 3.
Thank you, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here on behalf of Starlisha Laws, D&D Development Officer who is out today. And I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of T. Lee Development LLC and Co Everything for the 3 parcels identified in vote 3, located in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. D&D staff engaged in a community process with residents to define development and design criteria for development requests for proposals. D&D staff met with community residents on June 26, 2019 to discuss and finalize development and design criteria for the RFP. Once agreement was reached on the RFP elements, the parcels were publicly advertised pursuant to Chapter 30B, Section 16, and the RFP was available to the public on July 6, 2021. And advertisements appeared in the State Central Register on July 8th, 2021, in the Boston Herald on July 13th and the 20th of 2021, and the City Record on July 13th, 2021. D&D received 4 responses that met the RFP eligibility criteria. Based on team review of the RFP responses and an analysis of each application against the RFP evaluation criteria, T. Lee Development LLC and Co Everything LLC are recommended as the designated developers. They were the highest ranked applicant by the review team, and furthermore, they were supported by community residents based on the presentation of the team at a community meeting. The T. Lee team has considerable experience in affordable housing creation of similar sized projects. They have the capacity and demonstrated ability to access financing and successfully undertake the development. And they have a team composition that is diverse and meets the RFP goals regarding local participation and inclusion. At D&D's preferred, their D&D's preferred developer, on March 11th, 2021, D&D held a developer presentation community meeting to introduce the team. And as I mentioned a moment ago, community members were supportive of the developer and their plans for the sites. So today's vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I've also provided handouts related to this vote request, which is displayed on the screen. And then the first shows locus maps of the 4 sites. You can go to the, and then the second one is a current condition or the existing conditions on the street on both Harvard and Standish Street. And then this image here shows the exterior elevation of the proposed buildings on both Harvard Street on the top and Standish Street on the bottom right there. I think that might be it. The project will result in a total of 22 homeownership units in 2 buildings on Harvard and Standish Streets. There will be 16 units in a 3-story mixed-use building located along Harvard Street, and this building will contain 13 two-bedroom apartments, and then 3 of which are ADA accessible or adaptable, 2 one-bedroom apartments, and 1 studio apartment. And then there will be a second building with 6 units with outdoor green space. This building will include 3 one-bedroom condo units, 1 two-bedroom condo unit, which is ADA accessible and adaptable, and 2 3-bedroom condo units. And all units will be restricted to moderate income households making at or below 90% of the area's median income. Now, if the PFC approves the vote request, T-Lee Development, LLC, and Co-Everything will move forward with design and pre-development and return to PFC for a conveyance vote in the fall of 2022. And then the project will create the following community benefits, as noted earlier, the creation of 22 new affordable housing units, all of which will be deed restricted and remain affordable for 50 years. They'll introduce contextually appropriate homes on currently vacant sites, strengthening the contiguous built environment on each street. It will revitalize 3 parcels of underutilized vacant land in the neighborhood, and it will remove the parcels from the city's inventory, some of which have been in our care, custody, and control for approximately 40 years. And the project is also expected to create approximately 38,000 construction hours, and will generate jobs among the varied building trades. That's the report here. I thank you, and I'm here to answer any questions that you'd have.
Thank you very much, John. Any questions, Commissioner Mamoli?
No questions. Motion to approve?
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion's approved.
Thank you. Vote number 3 is hereby approved. Vote number 4 is being presented by Julio Pillier, Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. Vote 4 is a request for tentative developer designation intent to sell to DVM Consulting LLC. This is for 5 vacant land parcels located at Blue Hill Ave and Faven Street in Mattapan. The purchase price is suggested at $500. Julio, if you please present vote number 4, please.
Thank you, Titi. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of DVM Consulting LLC for the parcels identified in the vote package number 4 in Boston's Mattapan neighborhood. These parcels were offered under D&D's Blue Hill Avenue Action Plan, which was a very extensive community and engagement process. The vote package included a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. Please note that while the RFP was for 10 parcels, there are only 5 parcels included in this recommendation, as they were subject to specific applications as a package, which was allowed under the RFP. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in this vote request. D&D staff met with community residents to discuss the development and design criteria for the RFP on July 23rd, 2020 and August 24th, 2020, in addition to hosting a neighborhood walking tour of the sites in February of 2020. A request for proposal was issued on May 3rd, 2021, and it was advertised in the State Central Register, the City Record, and the Boston Herald. And the RFP was due on August 3rd, 2021. 6 development teams applied to the RFP, including 4 for this specific site package. The 6 development teams were invited to a virtual community meeting on September 28, 2021, to present their proposals to the neighborhood. Based on community feedback, the RFP evaluation committee, which included community members, D&D staff, and staff from other city departments as well, and the D&D review of all the eligible applicants against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommend that the tentative developer designation of DVM Consulting LLC. DVM's proposal was the most advantageous and offered optimal community benefits and development plan that met the community's aspirations of providing affordable housing and homeownership rental housing, as well as affordable purchasable retail space, and promoting diversity and inclusion in the development teams. DVM's development team has a considerable experience in the development of similar sized projects. The development team also demonstrated the capacity and ability to access finance to successfully undertake the project. The team, led by Dariela Villamaga, who's a local MBE business owner and Mattapan resident, is diverse and meets the RFP goals of regarding local participation and inclusion, which was a big part of the Blue Hill Avenue Action Plan as a whole. In summary, if PHC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: the creation of 8 homeownership condominium units and 20 units of rental workforce housing. All units will be restricted to moderate income households making at or below 100% of AMI. A unified design that weaves together 28 units in 3 mixed-use buildings located along Blue Hill Avenue. The first building, which we're calling Site A, contains 6 one-bedroom condominiums and 2 two-bedroom condominiums affordable to households at or below 100% AMI and 620 square feet of ground floor retail space. The second building, Site B, will include 6 one-bedroom units and 4 two-bedroom units of workforce housing affordable to households at or below 80% AMI, and this will also include 700 square feet of ground floor retail space. And then the last building, Building C, will include 6 one-bedroom units and 4 two-bedroom units of workforce housing affordable to households again at or below 80% MI. A total of approximately 2,500 square feet of ground floor retail space will be created, in addition to community gathering in our exhibition space and co-working space. The commercial spaces at Site A and B will provide affordable ownership opportunities for local entrepreneurs. The estimated prices are about $140,000 for the Site A retail space and about $150,000 for the Site B retail space. The project will also create 7 off-street parking spaces for occupants in the building and 28 bicycle storage spaces across the entire project. I have included slides for PFC. So this first slide is just a locus map of the parcels. Here you see the 5 different sites. The second slide is an aerial view of the sites along Blue Hill Avenue. And then the third slide is a rendering of the 3 development sites. So here you see Site A, B, and C. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Any questions, Commissioner Mahoney?
No questions. Motion to approve.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 4, vote number 4 is hereby approved. Vote number 5 is also being presented by Julio. This is a request for a tentative developer designation intent to sell to Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston Incorporated for 3 vacant parcels of land located at 3 Barrett Street, 982 to 978 Blue Hill Avenue, and 1085 Blue Hill Avenue in Dorchester. The purchase price is suggested at $300. Julio, if you please present number 5, please.
Thank you, TC. So this vote was part of the same RFP that I just discussed as part of the Blue Hill Avenue Action Plan. So I am here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, which we'll refer to as Habitat Boston, for the parcels identified in vote package number 5 in Boston's Mattapan neighborhood. These parcels were offered under the Blue Hill Avenue Action Plan, and the vote package does include a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. Just the same note, even though the RFP listed 10 parcels, only 3 are included in this recommendation, as it was allowed under the RFP. DND conducted an extensive public process that basically was the same RFP. So we met with community residents to discuss the development plan and design criteria for the RFP on July 23rd, 2020 and August 24th, 2020, in addition to hosting that walking tour for the neighborhood in February of 2020. The request for proposal was issued on May 3rd, 2021 and advertised in the Statesman's Register, City Record, and Boston Herald, and the RFP was due on August 3rd, 2021. The 6 development teams applied to the RFP, only 2 applied for this specific site package. The 6 teams were invited to a virtual community meeting on September 28th of this year to present their proposals to the community. Based on community feedback, the RFP Evaluation Committee, doing the review of all the eligible applicants against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommended that the tentative developer designation of Habitat Boston. Habitat Boston's proposal was the most advantageous and offered the most optimal community benefits, including a development plan that met the community's aspiration of creating affordable homeownership and retail opportunities while promoting diversity and inclusion. Habitat Boston's development team has considerable experience in the development of similar site projects, and the team also demonstrated the capacity and ability to access the financing to successfully undertake the development. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. The project will create 12 affordable homeownership units. All units will be restricted to moderate income households at or below 80% of AMI. The development proposal includes the 12 units in 3 mixed buildings located along Blue Hill Avenue across the 3 sites. A total of approximately 6,900 square feet of ground floor retail space will be sold at an affordable rate to local entrepreneurs as well. So this project will achieve the same goals of mixed-use development while providing affordable housing and affordable commercial spaces. I have included some slides for PFC. The first is a locus map of the parcels. The second slide is, the second and third slide are aerial views of the parcels along Blue Hill Avenue. And the fourth slide is a rendering of the 3 development sites that Habitat is proposing. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any questions, Commissioner?
No questions. Motion to approve?
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Vote number 5 is hereby approved. Vote number 6 is being presented by Rick Wilson, Deputy Director for Administration and Finance. This is a vote for a certificate of authority vote to amend the prior certificate for the Department of Neighborhood Development to add the authorized signatories, Daniel Lesser, Director of Operations, and Tim Davis, Deputy Director. Rick Wilson is here to answer any questions you may have.
I can quickly say, I'm not sure if it's necessary, just Dan Lesser is our new Director of Operations, replacing Marcy Ostberg. He started about a month ago. He's jumped right in, moving forward on a lot of initiatives for the department. And Tim Davis has been with the department for, there you are, Tim. Sorry, for it's about a year now, I think. Is the Deputy Director for Policy Development and Research. No more than a year, right?
Been over a year and a half now.
Oh, wow. As Deputy Director for Policy Development and Research. Yep, the names in the list are the ones who would be authorized to, on behalf of the city, to take items to PFC.
Yeah, this is just housekeeping issues. I have no questions. And unless the chair does, you put a motion to approve. Just to repeat, I put a motion to approve on this housekeeping item.
Sorry, I second that, and all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 6 is hereby approved. This concludes the agenda for D&D for today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
This part of the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.